Hi students, good morning. Today in this video we are going to learn about threaded binary tree and heap trees. These are the last topics in unit 3. What is a threaded binary tree? A threaded binary tree is a binary tree variant that facilitates a traversal in a particular order. Often the same order already defined for the tree. An entire binary search tree can be easily traversed in order of the main key, but the given only a pointer to the node. Finding a node which comes next may be slower or impossible. For example, leaf nodes by definition have no descendants. So no other nodes can be reached given only a pointer to the leaf node. Of course, that includes the desired next node. A threaded tree adds extra information in some and all nodes so the next node can be found quickly. It can be traversed without recursion and extra storage that requires. The threaded binary tree which makes use of null pointers to improve its traversal process. Trees including binary search trees can be used to store items for a particular order, such as value of some property stored in each node, often called a key. One useful operation on such a tree is traversing, visiting all items in order of the key. In a threaded binary tree, null pointers are replaced by reference of another nodes in a tree. These extra references are called as threads. In a linked representation of a binary tree, the number of null links are actually more than non-null link pointers. This is our binary tree. If you observe this diagram, here we are having null pointers are actually more than the actual pointers, non-null pointers. Actual pointers are 5 and null pointers are 7. There are 7 null pointers and actually 5 pointers. In all there are 12 pointers. For efficient use of these null pointers, we use threaded binary trees. A binary search tree can be represented using array representation or linked list representation. When a binary search tree is represented using linked list representation, the reference part of the node which does not have a child is filled with a null pointer. In any binary tree linked representation, there is a number of null pointers than actual pointers. In general, in any binary tree linked representation, if there are 2n number of reference fields, then n plus 1 number of reference fields are filled with null. N plus 1 are null out of 2n. These null pointers does not play any role except indicating that there is no link or no child. The objective here to make effective use of this null pointer. We are going to replace all the null pointers by appropriate pointer values called threads. Binary tree with such pointers are called threaded trees. How we represent these threaded trees in our memory? So we distinguish a normal pointer and a thread. Therefore, we have an alternative node for representation of a threaded binary tree which contains 5 fields like left thread, left child, data, right child, right thread. For any node P in a threaded binary tree, if there exists a thread pointer, then the child does not exist. If there exists a child, there is no thread pointer. For that we have taken these cases like left thread p equals to 1 indicates left child pointer is a thread pointer, or else if the value is 0 it indicates left child is normal. Right thread of value 1 indicates the right child is thread. Similarly, right thread equals to 0 indicates a right child is a normal pointer. Our threading will correspond in order traversal of the tree. According to our threaded binary trees, there are two types of threaded binary trees. One is one-way threaded binary trees or single threaded binary trees, and the next one is double threaded binary trees or two-way threaded binary trees. In any threading we use in-order traversal. A binary tree is threaded by making all right child pointers that would normally be null point to the in-order successor of the node if it exists, and all the left pointers that would be normally be null point the in-order preceder of the node. Here let's consider an in-order tree for our constructor diagram with the values D, B, F, E, A, G, C, L, J, H, K. For this we are representing with a one-way threaded binary tree. So we have to consider a in-order traversal, and the outcome of the in-order traversal we have already seen in the previous slide. Now we will place these right child pointers to the in-order successor of the node. This is one-way threaded binary tree. And next, coming to two-way threaded binary trees or double threaded binary trees. In a one-way threaded binary trees, we have represented only a right child. Now we will represent null pointers for left child also. A thread will also appear in the left field of the node and will point to the preceding node in an in-order traversal of the tree. The in-order of our tree structure is D, B, F, E, A, G, C, L, J, H, K. In one-way threaded binary trees, we have represented it with a successor, right child pointers to the successor. Now here we will point left pointer to its preceder. The left pointer of the first node and the right pointer of the last node will contain null value in the tree, and it does not have any header node. If we want, we can place a header node. Here a right pointer equals to next node, that is in-order traversal successor, and left pointer is assigned with previous node of the in-order traversal, that is preceder. See the diagram. Here the left pointer for F is B and the right pointer for F is E. Go through the previous slide. Preceder for F is B and successor for F is E. So F left pointer is pointed to preceder B and the successor value is E. So F is having two null pointers, one is left null and the other one is right null pointer. So left null pointer is placed with preceder, that is value with B, and right value with E. Two-way threaded tree with header node. Here the leftmost node and the rightmost node will have left child as null and the rightmost with right node as null values. Remaining structure is same as two-way threaded tree with a header node. The starting node is A, that is root node, and the next descendants of A are B and C. B descendants are D and E. Similarly, C descendants and H descendants. It is a two-way threaded binary tree, so we represent both the left and right null pointers with a header node. This is a similar structure for a non-empty threaded binary tree, that is with values with 5 fields we have seen in the previous slide. Left thread, left child, data, right thread, right child. The left child of A is B, so we point B is the left child. Child exists, it means that it doesn't have any null pointers. So the left thread value is 0 and the left child value is B. Similarly for C, right child is C and the right child pointer child exists, that's why the thread value is 0. Similarly for all the nodes. This is a linked list representation of a threaded binary tree. Advantages of threaded binary trees. There are n number of advantages of threaded binary trees over non-threaded binary trees. Traversal operation is most faster than of its unthreaded version. By using threaded binary trees, with the threaded binary trees there are non-recursive implementation is possible, which can run faster and does not require the botherization of stack management. And the next advantage is we can efficiently determine the precedor and successor of the node starting from any node. Within a threaded binary tree, we can determine the precedor. In this case, an unthreaded binary tree, however, this task is more time consuming and difficult. For this threaded binary tree, without having to include the overhead of the stack mechanism, the same can be carried out with the threads. Next advantage is any node can be accessible from any other node. Threads are usually more to upward nodes that are in fact circular linked list, which is not possible in unthreaded counterpart because there we can move only in downward direction starting from the root. These threaded binary trees are easy to implement. Insertion into and deletions from the threaded trees are although time consuming operations, but these are very easy to implement. Disadvantages of threaded binary tree. Time consuming operation compared to non-threaded binary tree. Insertion and deletion from a threaded tree are very time consuming process. This tree requires additional bit to identify the thread link. For each and every node, we need to identify a thread link, either the left link or a right link. So it requires an additional bit. Heap trees. Heap data structure is a specialized binary tree based data structure. In this binary tree, we follow some special characteristics in which nodes are arranged based on their value. These heap data structures sometimes called as binary heap. The heap is one maximally efficient implementation of an abstract data type called priority queues. And in fact, a priority queues are often referred as heaps. Regardless of how They can be implemented in a heap. The highest and the lowest priority elements is always stored at the root. However, a heap is not a stored structure. It can be regarded as being partially ordered. A heap is a useful data structure when it is necessary to repeatedly remove the object with the highest or lowest priority. Heap data structures has two types of heap trees. One is max heap data structure and the other one is min heap data structure. These heap data structures follows the properties, one with the ordering and the other one with structure. Property 1, nodes must be arranged in an order according to the values based on max heap or min heap. While we are constructing a heap tree, either a min heap or max heap, nodes must be arranged according to the max heap property or min heap property. And the next property is all levels in a heap must full except the last level, and the nodes must be filled from left to right strictly. Arranging the nodes in a max or min heap, we have to fill the values in levels. That two nodes should be filled from left to right ordering. Max heap data structure. In a max heap, for any given node C, if P is a parent of node C, then the key of the parent is greater than or equal to the key of C. A max heap data structure is a specialized fully binary tree data structure, except the last leaf nodes can be alone. How we arrange these nodes in a max heap? The parent is greater than the child nodes, in which every parent node contains a greater value or equal value than its childs. This is the property of max heap data structure. Consider the figure for max heap data structure. Here if you observe the diagram, always the parent is greater than the child nodes. Begin with the root node 90. 90 is greater than 89 and 70. Here it will follow the first two properties, like either in max heap or min heap we have to arrange the values, and it has left to right assigning of nodes in a tree structure. It follows the two properties, that is ordering and structure of the tree structure. Again see the node 89 with two children 36 and 75. These two are less than the parent. Here we are following a max heap property, that's why the parent is always greater than or equal to the child nodes. Similarly for 70, 63 and 65 are less than the root. Similarly the remaining nodes, as we said that the last level or leaf nodes are alone. The above tree satisfies both the ordering property and structure property of max heap data structure. The operations on max heap are finding the maximum heap, inserting an element in a max heap, deleting an element in a max heap data structure. Similarly, a min heap follows the key of a P is less than or equal to the key of C. That means all the values of the parent is less than or equal to the child nodes. This is the property for min heap. Here I am elaborating the concept with max heap tree. First kind of operation is finding the value in a max heap. So how we find a value in a max heap? It is very simple. We just observe the root node. In a max heap structure, root is having the maximum value. Why? Because max heap property follows all the child should be less than the parent. So the existing parent is having the highest value. In our tree representation, the starting node is root node. It contains the maximum value than other nodes in a max heap. So we can directly display the root node value as maximum value in max heap. Next, coming to insertion operation in max heap. As we said that we have to insert the elements from left to right. So insertion process has steps like, first we have to insert a new node at last leaf from left to right. We have already constructed a tree. Now if I want to construct a value, new node in the max heap structure, then the first step is a new node should be created at leaf node from the left to right. And the next, compare the new node value with its parent. If the new node value is greater than its parent, then swap both of them. Repeat the steps 2 and 3 until a new node value is less than its parent or new node reach to the root. Let's see the diagram for this. This is our max tree. Now I want to insert a new node with the value 85. See here, if I want to insert this a new node with value 85, where I have to insert this 85? Last leaf from left to right. So our last node is 15. After that we have to insert it. Now 85 is the right child for existing node 75. A new node is added as a right child, that is with a value 85 for the existing parent 75. And the second step is we have to compare the new node with its parent. 75 is less than or greater than 85. So 85 is greater than 75. So we have to swap the values in a tree structure. Swap 75 and 85. Why we are doing this step? Because the new node value is greater than its root. So max heap property is root must be greater than its child, or parent should be greater than its child. So we have to swap these two, 75 and 85. Now again compare the new node 85 with its parent. Now the parent is 89. So 85 is less than 89. So here the new node 85 is smaller than its parent node 89. So we stop insertion process. Finally, after inserting a new node 85, the heap structure is like this. The next type of operation is deletion operation. How we delete a node in a max heap without disturbing a max heap properties. For that, first we have to delete the root node from the max heap. It is a little bit difficult as it is disturbing the max heap property. We have to follow the steps. First we have to swap the root node with the last node in a max heap. Then delete the last node. Now compare the root value with its left child value. If the root value is smaller than its left child, then compare it with its right sublink. Else go to step 6. If the left child value is greater than its right sublink, then swap the root with left child. Otherwise, swap the root with its right child. If the root value is greater than its left child, then compare the root with its right child value. If the root value is smaller than its right child, then swap the root with its right child. Otherwise, stop the process. Repeat this process until the root node is fixed at its exact position. For more elaborating it, we consider this diagram. So here I am removing a root node. Our root node value is 90. So if I am removing the root node 90, then how we remove this node? So before removing it, we have to interchange with the last leaf node, that is value 75. Now we interchange 75 and 90. Remove 90. After removing the 90 from the tree structure is like this. Now the root value is smaller than its child. So we have to compare it with the left child and with its right sibling. (75) left child is 89. Its right sibling is 70. Here the root value is 75. 75 is smaller than its left child 89. So we are comparing it with its right sibling, and the right sibling value is 70. Here the left child value is larger than its right sibling 70. So we swap 89 and 75. Now again compare the 75 with its left child. Now the left child is 36. And again we have to compare it with its right sibling, and the right child is 85. 75 is larger than its left child, so we compare the node 75 with its right child, that is 85. Here the node with 75 is smaller than its right child, so we swap 85 and 75. Now compare the node with its left child 15. Here the node with value 75 is larger than its left child value, and it doesn't have right child. So we stop the process. Finally, the max tree after deleting the root node is like this. We deleted the root node 90 and the root value is replaced with 89. Now the tree follows a max heap property. This is about heap trees and threaded binary trees. Thank you.